All right, we got fucking Drop Ceiling here. The phenomenal, wonderful Drop Ceiling. I think I've seen you guys like 6 times now. I think this probably been my sixth time. I saw you at Dawson House. I know you live there.
I do live there.
Yeah, and that was a good set. Every set's incredible. I think you're like the second coming of Lane from Alice in Chains. So,
I'm honored.
Them Bones again was a cover I'd seen you guys do. Sounds great as always. I guess let's start with just hearing a little bit about yourselves, like the band, the direction, and how you guys kind of met up. And you guys feel free to just take the microphone, pass it to whoever.
I mean, so we kind of just met. So this is a club on campus called Jam Club, and we all just showed up to the first meeting. And it was icebreakers. And it's like, all right, go around, say what's your favorite bands or whatever music you listen to. And you go around, it's all like Alice in Chains, Nirvana, Mudhoney, and it's like, wow, we all listen to these kind of songs. And it's like, all right, what instruments do you play? And it's like, oh, drums. I'll do vocals, guitars, bass. And it's like, well, shit, we got a band. Let's jam together. And they had a practice space in there, and we just kind of went in there with, I think it was Breed or Wood was the first song that we played. And it was like, all right, that was fun. What's the next one, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, brother. Yeah.
So we hung around at we played a lot at Jam Club for a long time before we left, and then I have a basement where I have drum kit and shit, and obviously drums is the hardest thing to just put somewhere else. So we just decided to meet up there, about half an hour away from here, and the Blue Room, yeah, sure. And we've been playing for just about a year, right? About a year together. About a year.
For a year now.
Yeah. Together, yeah. Well,
We played together a little over a year, but our first gig was like December.
true. True.
It was an open mic.
So Drew and I knew each other from high school, and then we just met. Well, you weren't actually there, but then then you were there, and he was there. But we met Griffin's girlfriend Maddie met us at Jam Club, and she kind of ran Jam Club essentially. I mean, she was one of the
She was
board
vice
members.
president at the time.
Yeah.
I was hanging out with Faceless during the first meeting.
Faceless is
and
another great band you guys should interview at some point.
Then Maddie,
Yeah,
asked,
we're definitely gonna try to get her.
Maddie asked me to step in on Wood, and then I already knew both the songs, so I just played, and then we talked, and then I kept playing.
We literally just asked Connor, we were like, "Can you sing Alice in Chains?" And he was like, "Yeah," and then he did. So it was great, and it just happened.
Had you sang Alice in Chains before, or like?
So, actually, it's kind of funny. That same year, is back in March, my buddy Jer and I were like, hey, he plays bass, and I never sang before, and I'm like, I want to do a band. That'd be really cool, and I want to be the vocalist. So let's give us a shot. Me, him, we found this other guy that I met at Tin Can who played guitar, and then he had a friend from Impact who also played guitar. And we got together. We didn't have a drummer, and we did Rooster, and it kind of sucked. But so it was one practice session that I wouldn't even call a practice session. And then I'm like, well, I kind of want to keep pursuing this at some point, and came back to Jam Club. And I mean, I already said that part, so
Made it happen.
yeah. But
Okay, that's fucking awesome.
Let me go one more time.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so this guy over here is Mr. Liam. And Drew and Liam and I had been playing before Drop Ceiling. Had been playing down in my basement for a while. I was just like with some other friends. No, just dudes fucking around in the basement. And then, but that's kind of how some of the greatest bands begin. So we'll see. You never know. And Maddie, who's Griffin's girlfriend, is usually playing bass with us, but she can't be here right now because she's got an awesome job and she's doing awesome shit. And so Liam's filling in, and as he has a couple times, and he kills it every time. So we were very fortunate to have other people who can help us out, and all the people who are our friends from school who can be my goons and load drum stuff in the car. So that's pretty great.
They are his goons.
One thing I did want to ask, because it was a common theme in like every other band, is that someone had to compromise on an instrument and play something else. Was that something you guys had to like deal with at all, or like everyone, it was just kind of set?
We've done it before, but it was mostly like out of someone else wanted to sing, and we wanted to give Connor a break because the stuff we do is so intense. Everything is so intense. So we would, we've done Violet by Hole, and Maddie would sing that. We've done Like a Stone by Alice in Chains, which I would sing. But other than that, we haven't. By Audio Slave. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God, are you guys a band?
I meant Like a Stone by Audio Slave, not by Alice in Chains. Sorry, nobody kill me. Nobody kill me. Anyways, we did that one. That was fun.
Internet's gonna go crazy.
But other than that, we don't. Like, Maddie also plays drums. Griffin can play guitar and bass. Maddie can also play guitar, and other than that, we don't really. We're all kind of fit in our roles, and we're all the best at what we do out of us in the band, I think, and so we're comfortable with where we're at.
Okay. I want to touch on a more serious topic because it came up during your set. Right before one of the songs, The Drop, you screamed "Free Palestine." And I heard one of your influences is Rage Against the Machine. Obviously, they're very anti-establishment, go against the system. And I was wondering how much does not just the Free Palestine message, but those influences impact like your guys' own songwriting and how you see the world?
So I would say like I feel like lyrically I like to send a message. I want there to be meaning to what I write. It's like it's fun. Music's great, and we go and we mosh and we push each other around. It's like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I love listening to a song and be like, wow, this rips. But then you kind of hear it and it's like, whoa, okay, this is talking about something that I just have never thought about before. And it's like, yeah. And, I think it's just very important that somebody once told us, and you guys interviewed him earlier, Mr. Ben Blessing. It's kind of our duty as musicians in the scene, people who are kind of front and center a lot of times, to take up that mantle to make people think about these different topics and, just kind of become more active, gain their voice in the community, and, just go out and change the world. Because if you're not going to do it, then who is?
Right. Yeah. That's.
And it wouldn't be possible without all of these people over here. Shout out these guys. Some of them I just met. That's Mac, and none of this is going to be in the interview. But there's Max. Over there's Ben, who's my lover. Not actually, but kinda. Lauren, right here on the end, is our amazing photographer who takes all of our amazing photos. If you see him on Instagram, she takes every single fucking one, man. It's amazing. Jay's fur in the background. What a guy. And then these people. Love them. I love them so much. Allie, Zoe. No, you're Allie. Sorry. Allie, Beth, Zoe, Zorb. And I don't know your name. What's your name? Citizen. Mohawk person. Let's go. All right, I'm so sorry. Here's your microphone.
Brought their skateboard, bro. I completely agree with you. I think absolutely the point of art and being an artist is to have a message for the world, or at least reflect the world upon itself, right?
Agreed on that.
Yeah.
I wish all artists agreed that was the point.
Yeah.
Well, they don't, but...
I'll ask a more in-depth question too, because I was talking to Jerry earlier. We actually sat down and interviewed him, and a huge part of the Fledge is that if people's basic necessities aren't being met, there's no energy for art to be created or grown. And so that's like a huge part of like what he wants to do with the Fledge, with like feeding people access to technology, even the recording studio in there. And you seem to know Jerry pretty well, so I guess do you align with his message and what he's trying to do here?
I would say I absolutely do align with him. I wouldn't say I know him super well. I've more so just kind of had just sage conversations with him, and just heard some of his life story, and he's got a very fascinating life story. I'm sure you heard parts of it,
Yeah.
And I see what he posts on Instagram and all the time, and he's all about just inclusivity, radical inclusivity.
Yeah.
And I think that's just a beautiful thing to kind of consider all perspectives. Everybody comes from a different walk of life, and they have reasons for why they believe certain things. And that kind of goes back to why I believe everything should have a message, because you're not gonna change people's minds by just being like, screw you, you're a terrible person, for believing this. You're gonna change their mind by, why do you believe this?
Or tell a story.
Exactly. Creating empathy, and also being empathetic yourselves.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's going to change people for the better.
Yeah. So not only does Drop Ceiling have phenomenal music, but also a great message, it sounds
Happens
like.
more often than it
Yeah.
should. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Shout out that guy.
I guess what we'll do here to end it is I'm just gonna let the mic pass around each band member. If anyone has anything they want to share about the show, music, the world, where things are going, feel free, and we can start up here.
Everyone knows everything's fucked, obviously. I don't think that's hard to really, you'd have to have your head in a hole to not think that. But, oh my God, it's Sneaky. Sneaky, did you want to say something?
Oh, hey.
Sneaky cat. Sneaky.
Oh, they noticed.
He's got nothing. But, yeah, everything's fucked, and you just gotta do what you can, man. Everyone can talk about this, and everyone sounds stupid when they talk about it. But essentially, you just gotta do what you can. Find community. That's what matters, and that's what is going to be valuable, regardless of whether the system collapses. Community still matters, and that's what we're after, and that's what we found. I can speak for myself at least. I feel like I found my people. Being here at MSU, the first 3 years, I didn't engage, and then I was like, let's just do a band because this is our chance, and I was embraced so quickly by so many people, old friends and new people I've never met before. I have more friends than ever before, and it's such an amazing feeling to know that they're with me and to know that they share the same values that I do, and that's, I think, what matters the most. So everyone just fucking hang in there, man. I don't know.
I want to give a brief reaction to that. Because I think community and caring for your community is like the most radical act you can do.
So true.
And like finding any way to help out the people immediately near you, like your neighbors, the people around you,
Yeah.
is like the most important thing. And I think it's really awesome to hear that not only do you guys have that same aligned of that line of thought, but even the venue here and then the music and the message on top of that. So that's
We're
right
trying,
on.
man. You just gotta try.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I lost my voice last night. I was with Connor for a long time to late hours of the evening, but I can definitely echo that sentiment. I mean, as I said earlier, Connor and I were hanging out yesterday. We ended up going to the Phoenix party last night, and we were just embraced by the community. Everybody we knew, other like fellow band members, other bands, just random people who knew us, who we met. It's just a great feeling to be able to be surrounded by a community. I can echo the sentiment of Adrian. Go to clubs, show up, be engaged.
Yeah.
But the thing I wanted to say, not following that, shout out Jerry, savior of the night. We, when the hour was grim and we didn't think we were able to play our full set and what we practiced, he gave us the full 30 minutes. So
Nice.
Thank you so much, Jerry. Great guy outside of what he did for us tonight, as evident with your interview. But
Yeah.
he was our savior for tonight. I really appreciate what he did.
That's awesome.
So Liam.
Well, I don't really know what to say because I'm not really an official member of Drop Ceiling. But I'll tell a story about how I met these guys. So my freshman year of college, this guy lived across the hall from me, and I was forced to introduce myself to him by my roommate. And we have been friends for 3 years now.
Yep.
And this dude has been like my musical foil. Shout out Drew. He's a good dude, and I've known him for a long time. Shout out Adrian. I've known this guy for almost as long. I met this guy in a car, and Tool came on. Yep, and we were nerding out. It was pretty awesome. And then one day, I get a text from old Drew here, and I hear that there's a band, and I'm like, that's pretty cool. And then I think you were gone. I think you were out, and somebody asked me to sing. I think, and then I filled in, and since then I've been kind of roadieing for them. I've missed only like 3 shows. I'm a big fan of these guys. Big fan of the people in the band. Big fan of the music they play. Big fan of what they stand for, and yeah, I love these guys. So I'm happy to even have the opportunity to play with them. So here you go, Drew.
All right. I feel like everything's been said.
No, surely not.
You got something to say. Don't call support your local band. That's it. Support the scene. If you don't, I feel like the scene was not as big as it is now. It's great. I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, I feel like it's kind of an indicator of how the world is, with how brilliant, how big the scene is. But yeah, support the local scene for sure.
Oh yeah.
I
guess if you have
yeah.
any closing remarks.
Honestly, I feel like I've kind of said a lot. I will say, I thought, no, I want the wooden spoon. No, I just want to say tonight was pretty cool. I'm glad that it ended up being well. And, like I said, Jerry's our fucking savior tonight. But
Jerry's our savior all the time.
Jerry is our savior all the time. But, yeah, I guess I don't really have too much else to say.
Yeah.
But you have one more thing to say?
Thanks for interviewing us, man. I really appreciate it. Also, Free Palestine, obviously. That's pretty obvious. But there's some awful shit going on in a lot of different places, Sudan, things like that. So just, if you haven't looked into that yet, please look into that and figure out what's going on, because it's important that everyone knows about that stuff. Yeah, that's all I got. Thank you, guys. Drop Ceiling out.
As you heard, free Palestine, free Congo, free Sudan. There's genocides happening around the world. Support your local artist. Be radical. Be empathetic. Be human. That's Drop Ceiling.
Let's fucking go!